What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Scale News Update. If you're not familiar with the show, this is where we talk about the news topics that happened in the scale world of RC over the last week. If you enjoy the Scale News Update, make sure to hit the like button before you go. This week, let's try something new. I'm going to try and do this in one take. Now, let's jump into this week's topics. The first topic is going to be Axialfest. Axialfest Midwest, or Badlands version, it was coming up in June and it has now been delayed until mid-July. The dates for Axialfest Badlands now are July 16th through the 18th. Now, Axialfest West Coast at Donner Ski Ranch has been canceled for 2020 and is being said to be postponed until 2021. Definitely unfortunate, but that's mainly due to rules and regulations that are a little bit different in California than they are in the Midwest. California, it's going to be really interesting to see if we're allowed to have any events in 2020, basically. We'll have to keep an eye out and see. But those of you, I believe, who have tickets already for the Badlands Axialfest, your tickets will just be honored now for the new dates. I'm sure you can get a refund if you've got conflicts. Axialfest West Coast, I believe that refunds are going to come to everybody who previously bought tickets for that event. It's a bummer for all of us, but it just is what it is. The next topic, however, is from MST. The MST J45C was a crawler that we've seen teased for I don't know how many months, but it's finally coming. It looks like it's going to be shipping in about a week or so. The retail cost on this kit is going to be $379. It does have a good looking Toyota Land Cruiser style body and a molded rear cage. It is sitting on that MST CFX-W platform, which does have portals, but it's also got some downsides to it with an axle mounted servo and a front mounted motor that sits way up above the servo even for an even higher center of gravity. It's got some downsides, but MST does a really good job on bodies. Definitely most interested in the body. Maybe you are too, or maybe you're looking for something completely different. That truck you're going to be seeing available from your favorite MST retailers very soon. Check those guys out. I'll link to all of the video topics in the description below. The next one is a number of topics from Proline. Proline had all kinds of just interesting teasers over the last week. We saw a little bit of talk previously about a smaller version of a BFG crawler. And we couldn't tell if this was maybe going to be even a micro-sized tire or what, but some actual information came out via their website without an actual picture, but with a product listing. And they're listing now a BFG Crawler Class 0 tire. This is a 3.85 inch tall, 1.9 BFG Crawler. I love the crawler. This size, probably not in my wheelhouse. It's a little small for something I like, but nonetheless, more tire options. And the crawler, if I was going to pick a tire that small, this would be the one I'd want to have. So maybe you're interested. I'll link to where you can find the available information at this point, but as time goes, I'm sure that page will develop and you'll find more information. Then more from Proline. And jumping into the most exciting one for me, at least, is the new upcoming 70s rock van. A van body, 12.3 inch body made for scale trucks. I'm so excited. This is great. I think this is going to be amazing. Can't wait to see actual details on this. So far, we've kind of seen like a half exposed photo of it. There's so many things we could do with a van body. I'm so excited for this. They've listed two options for this van body though. A standard clear body as you would expect, and then a separate one listed as a black tough body. Now, what I assume this means is that this is formed out of a more resilient plastic that is a black color. So likely you're going to paint these on the outside, and then when they scratch, you're just going to see the black that lies underneath. I imagine though that this is also going to mean that that's going to have blacked out windows. So if you wanted a clear window like most of us usually do, you're going to have to cut those out and replace them somehow. Or maybe it's just for those guys who really want a durable body and they're not as worried about that scale aspect of the body. Either way, it's interesting to see. And Along with this 70s rock band, we're also seeing a couple of other bodies popping up, one being the very popular Proline Power Wagon body. It's also being listed as an option in the Tough Body series. Along with that, there's a couple of other ones. One's a Ford F100 and the other is the No Prep drag car Nova. So a couple of options that might make sense. One, the F100 I assume is a short course body. The Nova, obviously no prep. If you're going fast and sliding on your roof, then maybe you want that tough body. But again, links to all of those in the description below. Last week, we talked a little bit about the Cross UT4. Now, this is an independent front suspension, trailing arm rear with a molded cage. The cage looks very similar to an Axial Wraith, but the underpinnings of it, of course, are much different. And the overall size of this truck is going to be considerably different, being that it's listed as a 1/7 scale body. Now, we've actually seen some more or decent photos pop up this week. And I have to kind of say that I think Cross buried the lead on this one a little bit. They didn't really show us very great pictures of the interior last week. We just saw some distance and not even very good angles of it. The interior on this is very detailed. Again, this is a 1/7 scale, so you've got a little bit more room to play with those details as the drivetrain can kind of sit underneath of it a little bit more. But it's got a really nicely detailed interior, instrument panel, everything looks really good. And under the hood, it's actually got a fairly nice looking faux engine. Valve covers, exhaust coming off the side, the whole deal looks pretty good. Again, whether or not the drivetrain that sits underneath is going to be beefy enough, Cross drivetrain's not necessarily one of the most durable. Maybe this one is going to be more durable. Maybe they beefed it up, being that they're looking like they're kind of targeting some speed and some, call it, bashability with this truck. The one thing that did pop up though is the price, and the price on this is showing at $629. Fairly expensive for a Cross RC. This doesn't appear to be a ready to run either. Most of the Cross RC vehicles that I've owned in the past have come with a motor and that's it. And usually it's just a cheap sealed can brushed motor. Haven't seen actual details as if that's going to be the case with this vehicle or not. But from everything else I've seen, I don't expect much more than that. So it's something to keep an eye on. If you're interested in it, it is available for pre-order now on the Cross website. Beyond that, maybe find where you would typically shop for Cross vehicles and see if it's going to start popping up there. And that kind of does it for the actual news topics for this week. A couple of other things that has been going on over the last week. I've been doing more live streaming. The live streams are just kind of fun. We've been building kits live on Friday nights. And then recently I tested a new style stream and then followed through with it again last Sunday. And what I'm going to be doing on those streams is picking an item or a project of some sort and designing it in CAD live on the stream. In the first test stream, we picked an Optima style battery and we drew that. And then in the actual stream, which is scheduled for most Sundays at this point, I decided to draw a jerry can. After the stream, the file is made available if you want to 3D print it yourself. Most of the design work is being done with 3D printing in mind, kind of going through just discussing how I think as I'm trying to break down an item into something that I can draw. That's the plan for it anyway. Check it out again this coming Sunday. Wednesday this week, Matt and I will be doing another live takeover, just discussing. Not sure yet if we're going to have a guest, but watch the social media platforms for more information, possibly if we find one. Friday night, another live kit build is planned. More content coming. Having a good time just creating as much as we can while we're, a lot of us are trying to stay home as much as possible. And one last thing for this week is a question. And the question I came up with for this week is, if you could learn one completely new skill for this hobby right now, what would it be? Not kind of just trying to do more of what you have been doing, but just something completely new, something maybe you've thought about but never dove into at all. Just a completely new, whether maybe it's scratch building, maybe it's welding, or maybe it's just the basics of soldering. Some people just aren't comfortable wanting to dig into soldering just their regular electronics. There's all kinds of things that maybe you're just newer into the hobby and haven't wanted to get into that yet. But pie in the sky ideas, what would be the one skill that you could pick up right now if maybe you do have the time, or maybe it's budget holding you back? Could be anything. Drop them in the comments below. Always like to read the responses to the questions. It's one of the best parts of every week's video. I think we're gonna have this video done in one take. It's a little bit tough to do. It's kind of fun to try. Thanks as always for watching, guys. If you like the videos, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, notification bell on so you see the videos as soon as they get uploaded. Once again, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Boom. Did it.